Hi, boys and girls. I'm really excited about this lesson because guess what? We're going to start learning how to read sight words. So sight words are words, but they're very important words. Okay, some words you can sound out. Okay, I'm going to show you one that's very easy to sound out. We talked about this one. Look at M-O-P. We can sound this word out because it's m-a-p, mop. Or if it was mom, we could sound it out. Or dad, d-ad. Or cat, k-at. Most words with 3 letters, most, you can sound out. Those are called sound out words or phonics words. Okay, but some words you can't sound out. Some words you have to just memorize and put them in your brain. Now this one is pretty easy, but I'm going to ask you if you know what this is. Did you say A? So this is the letter A. It's a lowercase a, but did you know that it's also a word? It is. We use this word when we speak. We use it a lot, okay? I have a blue shirt on, okay? I have a pair of glasses on. I'll put them back up here. Okay, A. I have a very cute doggy. Want to see him? He's actually being good right now. Hey, Romeo. Romeo. Oh, he's asleep. Can you see him? I have a very nice husband who's at work. So the word A, we use it a lot, a lot. So what I'm going to do is I want to put the word A right here, and then I'm going to use some of our M words that we used for our other lesson. And we're going to read this. What does it say now? A mop. Now that's not really a complete sentence. You would have to say I have a mop, or I see a mop, or I use a mop when I clean. But we don't want to make our sentences too long right now. We're just going to do little short sentences because we're just learning how to read, right? Okay, now I'm going to put A here. Now what do we see? We're going to read it. A mitten. And then let's do this one. A man. Okay, a complete sentence would be I see a man in a red shirt, right? There is a man, but we are just doing short little sentences so that we can build. Oh, a monkey. I see a monkey in the zoo. I'm gonna put this down a little bit. That makes it better. I adjusted the light. The curtains were closed. That's why the other lesson, the lighting was so bad. Okay, now I'm just going to go over the top of it. Now we could read this one. A mask. A moon. If we're going to write that, a better sentence would be I see a moon in the sky at night. That's a big sentence. A mouse. I see a cute little mouse. And that's all I have. So this is our sight word A. And that's the first word that you guys are going to learn how to read. So I'm going to come over and sit down at the desk, and we're going to do a couple of workbook pages, and they're very, very easy. So let me adjust this. I love this tripod. It works so good, right? Okay, so look, I'm going to open it up. This is the one I had asked you to skip. Now, I'm going to read the directions. It's so tiny down here. Look, I have to use this. It says, cut out the letters and word cards. Children will need one of each card to practice during activities. So again, in the classroom, we don't do this because if the kids cut these out, they've got 16 little pieces. They could store them in a baggie. We usually just send these home and we say you can cut them apart at home. But right up here it says what's the sight word. The sight word is A. That's the first word we learn how to read. So I'm going to tear this out. And you guys, if you want to cut these apart and store them in a baggie, you may. I'm going to leave that up to your parents. They might say we have enough to do, right? I did start tearing these out because it's just easier for me to work on them, okay, when I'm laying flat. Okay, and it says to read these, read this, and then it says go walk around the classroom and see if you can find all these things. There's a little box up here we can check. The first thing we're going to do is write our name. I'm going to write Mrs. Jenkins. And again, if your child can't write their name without help, on the top of the page, We don't want to spend 10 minutes writing their name right, so just use a highlighter if they can't write it by themselves. But if they're pretty fast and they got it down, then let them write their own name, right? All right, so we're going to read it. Number 1 says A, and then we have a picture. A pencil. Do you think that you could go around your house and find a pencil? I bet maybe you have one right now. I have one. So I'm going to put a check or an X. How about an X? That's easier. Okay. And now this one says a marker. Oh, I've got a marker right here. I get to put a check or an X in the box. So it's a reading page, but a book. Well, I've got a book here and you can't see it, but I have books behind me also. So I get to check. Let's read this. A chair. Well, I am sitting on a chair, aren't I? Well, it's hard to see, so I won't do that. Yes, I bet you can find a chair in your house. This one says a desk. This is my desk where I'm sitting. Let's go up to number 6. A door. I see a door. In my house, I see lots of them. I don't know if that's a lunchbox or a suitcase or a briefcase, but I know I have one of those in my house. I'm not going to take the time to walk around because I know it's there. Okay. This says a map. I'm not sure if I have a map in here, but I know I could pull one up right now on the computer or on my phone. A map. So I'm going to say yes, we have it. Okay, a calendar. You know what? That calendar says August. I have a calendar that says August. I need a new calendar because my calendar stops in August, so I am going to buy one over the weekend. Okay. This one says a computer. Well, I have a computer right here. So I found all of these things in my house. It says the name of the sheet is read labels. Can you read these words? I'm going to put a happy face on it. Now, parents, to be honest with you, a lot of times we do one side of the paper and we don't have time to do the other. Sometimes we do these and sometimes we don't have time. So I hadn't planned on doing this, but when I read the directions, I think we could probably do it. You can use whatever story you like. Again, I can't read these, it's so small. It says, have children draw one thing that happens at the beginning, the middle, and the end of a story that they know, and then tell a partner about their drawings. So you can tell your parents, I'm going to choose rainbow fish, okay? And I'm going to choose the first story, not the one about the whale, but this story. What happens at the beginning? Rainbow fish is beautiful because he has so many shiny, beautiful, shimmery scales, right? So here's the water. Here he's blowing bubbles out there. All right. But he does not have any friends, does he? Okay. And then in the middle of the story, you remember what happens? He doesn't have any friends and he goes and asks the octopus. So I'm going to draw an octopus. An octopus has 8 arms. Let's see if I can get 8 on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might have to put one out here. 6, 7. Oh, we have to have 8. 8. There we go. Probably would have been smarter to draw a circle, right? And then add the 8. All right, I'm going to put great big eyes. The rainbow fish goes and talks to the wise octopus. And he says, I don't have any friends. And the octopus says, well, maybe if you share, you would make friends. So here's the rainbow fish. Now what he does is he shares all his scales. And he ends up with only one shiny one, but he's giving them away. He's going to give them to the rest of the fish. And so let me just draw a whole bunch here. I'll put them all over the place. And then he's going to give one shiny scale. And he makes lots and lots of friends. Okay, so this is just a retelling of the story, and a good way when children read books or you read to them, it's always good to close the book and say, now you tell me the story in your own words. And sometimes they'll go on and on and on and on, and you have to kind of reel them in and say, well, just tell me what happens at the beginning, what happens at in the middle, what happens at the end, and that's called a retelling. This one is like sequencing, putting the events in order. And that's it. And that is all we're going to do in that lesson. We practiced the word A and we did some sequencing. Okay? Bye.